Thank you so much for being here again and welcome.
Thank you.
Our listeners may want to know, what is it that you have to say about the current political climate, eroding voting rights for minorities and people of color, and what communities can do to remain heard and to remain relevant?
We are in the midst of an authoritarian rise. Right now, technically, the United States is a competitive authoritarian nation. And what that means is that they are trying to hoard power, they're trying to take power from communities, but they're also trying to convince us that we never had power to begin with. And that means that the responsibility of every community, every democratic leaning person, not big D politics, but small d democracy, is that we've got to fight back. We've got to believe that this is our nation and that we have the right to set the course and the agenda. And that's why the community is so important. This is not a top-down, someone's going to come in and save us. We've got to save ourselves. And that means we've got to show up at the polls. But we also have to show up in the offices where politicians hold power. And we've got to show up in community, reminding people why democracy matters so much. In the abstract, democracy feels remote to so many. It's why 90 million Americans who were eligible to vote didn't do so in 2024. Now is the time for us to reconnect our lived experiences to what democracy can deliver. And that means remembering that we're in this together.
What does that look like?
Well, I recently launched a project called the 10 Steps campaign. And the first 10 steps are explaining how democracy has been overthrown by the current regime. And in America, we've got to understand that it may look different, but it's true. But then the next 10 steps are how we regain freedom and power. That means committing to understanding where we are. It means sharing what we know. But it also means organizing and mobilizing, which can sometimes feel overwhelming. But all that means is if you see a problem, do something about it. It's what Americans have done. It's what people of color have done. It's why Juneteenth is a celebratory moment for us, because someone got some information, they committed to understanding, but then they shared that news. And in the sharing, they changed the future of America.
Business owner, aggressive about your ambition, what does that look like?
Being aggressive about your ambition means you don't shirk from opportunity, but you also don't hide from your capacity. Too often we are told that you are supposed to be humble, but what they mean is self-effacing. Self-effacing is, oh, I can't do it, I didn't do it. Humble is, I did it, but I'm not the only one who can. I am aggressive in my ambition because I want more for my people, I want more for my nation, I want more for my world. And you can't do that from a place of timidity.
Very quickly, as broadcasters, what can we do?
Absolutely share the truth. Right now, we are in a moment where propaganda is replacing truth and where people have a fractured sense of reality. They can curate what they know. Give them a reason to actually trust what you say. Cover the news that people don't often get to hear, and don't lean into what people tell you to say. Say what you know people need to hear. Media does not mean not having an opinion. It means using the facts to shape how people understand the world they're in.